deer on the side of the road. How's it going? We are on our way to Lexington to go see the Jayhawks take on the Wildcats. Big 12 SEC Challenge. It's your first Kansas game.
Ready.
My sister actually was a manager for Kansas back when she was going to school. And that was at the same time that I got injured. And the team has been really great, Bill Self especially. And he
head coach, for those that don't know. Because not everybody here is a Kansas fan.
That's true. That's a good point.
Got y'all.
But he's giving me tickets to the game today. So Hannah and I are going to go check out the game. Blood pressure's getting low.
Your blood pressure? Do you prefer?
What's that? Yeah. You other quadriplegics out there know what that's all about. Sitting upright, trying to project my voice into the camera. My blood pressure just started getting low, and I had to recline for a little bit. It bounces back real quick, but that's something that I deal with constantly. And that was just a little spell there. I had these bracelets made up that say "Never Give Up," that we sold and gave away to people to show that they're supporting me. And Bill Self wore it to games. Teammates wore it, still wear it out and about. I got tons of pictures with different members of KU Athletics, whether it be team members or coaching staff, just showing their support for me. And it's been great. It's been a great experience. Everything that they've done to support me. And
didn't you get to talk to the team at a practice?
Yeah, I got to talk several times. I've talked to the team in practice and just shared my experience with them and help try to motivate them for the season coming up. And it's just something I really enjoy. I've always been a huge Kansas basketball fan, and ever since my injury and the support that they have shown me, it's just made me that much more of a fan.
So I went to the Kansas basketball practice the first time I went back to Kansas with Jared. And they're so respectful. Like, I was not a fan. I'm a Cars fan through and through, and I was just indifferent. Like, I was like, cool, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
But it didn't really mean anything to me. But it was awesome, like, just watching them at practice, and then after practice, all the players came over to shake our hands and introduce themselves. Every coach made their way over to us to talk to us through the practice. It's funny because at the time, I wasn't really sure what we were. And so I wouldn't let Jared introduce me as his girlfriend.
Even though I wanted to.
Right, like we had the talk before we left, and I was just like, I don't really know who we are. We're not really dating, are we? And this was right before I was supposed to leave for an undecided amount of time.
An extended trip, So
the whole trip was very awkward with everyone kind of like tiptoeing around the question.
Well, not everybody tiptoed.
Right. Well, Bill Self came over to introduce himself, and he's holding my hand. He goes, "So, girlfriend?" And we're both kind of, I have no idea what to say. I'm just kind of like speechless, like looking at Jared. And Jared's like,
Not exactly. Something stupid.
I hear about that often.
Good.
From you. Who else would get
I don't know. I made it clear how I felt.
Right. So, I got that.
The whole program is really a class act, and not saying that as a fan. Hannah's a fan because of that, not because of how they're always ranked and everything, but just how caring and respectful and what a solid group it is.
And it definitely shows that they still care. Again, 7 years after your accident, it could have been something that they did for publicity or for show of support, but they really proved that through continuously asking me back.
The pressure's dropping again.
2 in a row.
Slow streak. first injured at Craig Hospital in Denver, Colorado, I really struggled with blood pressure, highs and lows, and I was on, like, currently I don't take any medication for it. At that point, I was taking several medications, and I had all these different orders, you know, if blood pressure drops below a certain point, to take this medicine. If it's above a certain point, take this medicine. And my doctor that was managing that, Dr. Garrett, who's one of my all-time favorite doctors.
Is he the doctor that was nearly blind?
Yes. Yeah, he was. He was a former basketball player himself. And he's the only doctor who I went in for my first meeting with him, and he had read my whole file. And my file is thick, and it was big at that point, and it's gotten bigger, but he had read the entire thing, and then he had, like, questions about my birth weight, about my sister's birth weight. Like, he just was so in-depth and was so knowledgeable about everything. He's a really special guy that I think about often. His name was Ray, which is also my grandpa's name, and I just really, really loved him. But he had special orders written, you know, for certain instructions. My blood pressure was above a certain point or below. But with the high blood pressure, you were supposed to treat my blood pressure if it was above a certain level, unless I was watching basketball. And then he didn't want to treat it because he knew that was
KU basketball game.
KU basketball.
Specifically.
It was very specific. We got a little held up with traffic starting out the trip, but Hannah, as usual, makes great time driving.
I don't know what that means.
I think they know what that means.
It's so interesting. Oh! Highlight of the trip, there's a Shake Shack in Lexington.
There it is. We will be heading there directly after the game, for sure.
We'll record that. We know you want to see that part. We also went to a Shake Shack before we went to a Chiefs game, so it's kind of like a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
We can make it a tradition.
It is a tradition.
Good. I need incentive, you guys.
Yeah. Bribe her to go to the Kansas game with Shake Shack.
It'll work.
It's a win-win. But Rock Chalk Jayhawk, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
That's what they say.
Rock Chalk?
Mm-hmm.
Rock Chalk.
Mm-hmm. The campus is on limestone. This one makes sense. Hannah hates sayings. Any saying. She doesn't...
Oh.
And then this, we're handicapped. I'm gonna need a spot to get out.
Here. Put that back.
Spot to get out.
Oh, you need a handicap
his ramp
spot.
comes out.
On this, in this corner, there are
Handicap spots?
spaces on all the levels. I don't know if they're parked in or not though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
We'll just, wherever we find a spot, we'll make it work.
Just let you out and then park.
Right.
Are they leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this guy. Is there enough room?
Yeah. Just hoping this door works.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it worked?
Yes.
Wow! The ramp gods.
Almost.
Did it go back in?
Mm-hmm.
It went back in?
Yes.
Man. If you can go ahead and move back in. Am I okay? These are tight. This is a cute little strip. Hopped on. Excuse us. Sorry. Found it.
Well, there it is. Little fun fact, Adolph Rupp is from Kansas and played in Kansas.
How many times can we say Kansas?
Well, as you say,
What did that guy say? Holy
Kansas
moly.
mixed with Kansas. Anna is Korean and Filipino, and Irish. And she likes to say that I am Kansas mixed with Kansas.
And you will say,
You're not wrong.
right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm cutting too close. There we go.
Thank you.
Jared? Yes, sir.
All right, there you go, bud.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, good? All right, just go, I don't know if they can fit you through there. Yeah. I think they'll let you, I think they can get you through there. Yeah, no problem, Jared. Take care, bud.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, they've already been.
Yeah, they do that at the table back there.
Program, that's the last one I got. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Woohoo! Okay. Last night I was on the floor.
Let's go.
You want to get my stickies right here?
It is a zoo. It's actually not as crowded as I thought it'd be.
Yeah,
It's manageable.
it's always manageable.
Do you need to drain your bag or anything before we get in? No?
I don't think so, yeah.
See you guys. Right here.
take it, not playing the best, giving away a lot of easy buckets. Travis is a beast. We gotta do something to stop him.
Crazy driver. Well, tough loss.
It's always tough when you lose.
But the people here have been super nice.
They have. You're all right.
They like held the elevator for us. Everyone that was sitting around us wished us a safe journey home. Got
Held
to
the
Louisville.
door, yeah. Everybody was just super nice.
And there was a man to the left of us, and he coached at KU.
Yeah, he was an assistant for Ted Owens, and then he played for Kentucky, and he's a super nice guy. His son took our picture.
Well, we're gonna head to Shake Shack. I think it's a little ways from here.
Yeah, shouldn't be too bad.
I wasn't gonna tell him that till we got on the road, you know. All right, let me pull out the car.
He's got the happy dance going for his Shake Shack.
I could work at Shake Shack.
You say that about basically everywhere we go.
Well,
And you could.
your double smoke shack was $10. Is that necessary?
Is Shake Shack necessary? Yes, is the answer to that question.
Did I not just sit through like 2 hours of...
You like basketball.
not Kansas basketball? Need.
Me.
Mine. I don't see it. This is awkward. Did you accidentally?
They
This is a
prematurely.
Look at that cheese dispenser.